So let's move on though, because today we're talking about good versus bad career experiences. And this came out of a lot of people reaching out to us here on Work It Daily and saying, I've made career mistakes. So I don't believe that fundamentally, and I don't want you to believe that either. And I'm actually going to give you some science today, some brain science around why that's not true and how important it is for you to eliminate this idea that you've made any career mistakes. What you've had is career experiences. You've had life experiences. We all have them. And so what's happening is you as a human have decided to categorize them as positive or negative. Now, this is just normal human behavior. This is pure brain science. There's tons of evidence to back this up. You see, we have kind of what they call an ancient brain. There's a much faster processor in the front, but the ancient brain is where we store all these experiences. Because if you think about it, if we had to expend a lot of energy every time we experienced everything, we would be exhausted by noon. So what our brain has done is said, when I have an experience, I'm going to categorize it like a card catalog. And when that comes again, I'm going to remember what I learned from that experience and I'm going to apply it here to speed up the process. So this is how every human brain works. And we're designed to avoid pain, to avoid trouble, to avoid negative. So if we think something's negative, then our brain wants to remind us of that. But here's the thing. A lot of the experiences we've had aren't necessarily negative and aren't necessarily bad. And as somebody who's been doing this for a long time, I have been able to show job seekers time and time and again, or people that we're working with to grow their career, where something they interpreted as bad actually ended up providing something good later on. And had they been more open minded about that experience, maybe they could have gotten results even faster. So you have to ask yourself, are you assigning the wrong kinds of emotions to your past experiences, right? So here's my tip, and this is what we have our clients do at Work It Daily. They write out their career story. We have an entire course on this, by the way. So if you join the Work It Daily platform, you have access to all of our courses, 200 hours of video courses. And one of them is about rewriting your career story. And so what you do is you brain dump everything that's happened to you. So if somebody said, tell me your career story, you write out everything. And then we teach you how to go back and assess, okay, what was negative, what was positive. You're going to find usually if you're struggling in your career that there's a significantly higher list of negative things than positive. But remember, this is all your interpretation. Somebody else could have the very same set of experiences that you did and have a completely different outcome because we are so subjective as human beings and how we interpret things. So what I want you to do is to be able to step out of this career story, because remember, this career story is on autopilot. It's this major motion picture, this epic novel, this soundtrack that you play in your head, and it overpowers everything. So a lot of times people will sabotage their career success, make bad decisions, all because of this soundtrack that's filled with negative interpretations of their experiences. So you've got to change how you think about these negative events. If you want new, different, or better results in your career, you have to essentially rewrite this career story that you've got on autopilot right now because it's not helping you, it's hurting you. So when you understand this, and this is the thing I want you to take away, if you can map out what you learned, how you grew, and if I can say, look, well, I don't love what happened to me, because that's okay. I don't love what happened to me. I'm not going to call it negative. I'm going to learn from it. I'm going to grow from it. That just made me stronger. That just made me better. Good experiences don't do anything for you other than make you feel good. Whereas challenging experiences really put you to the test and help you grow. And when you can rewrite the story and say, gee, I've been, believe it or not, lucky to have had these curveballs in my life because each time I've come out stronger and they make me better and they make me smarter. This is the power of your career story and why so many people, when they say I've made career mistakes, end up stuck, in a pattern. They continue to make choices that don't work in their favor. They continue to not get the results that they're looking for. And it's really hard the first time they hear that it's them. They say, what do you mean it's not me? It's the things that have happened to me. No, it's how you've interpreted them and now how you're storing them in your brain and using them to hold you back. So, really need to map this out. And again, there's a much more thorough process. I'm not going to take you through that extensively today because we're going to get to a lot of questions today. But if you are looking for a step-by-step process where you can work with a career coach like myself to, really reveal what's going on in your career story and rewrite it, we have that over at Work It Daily. And you can go over to workitdaily.com and sign up for a membership and start working with your career coaches today on that. But I just have to say, whether you work with us or someone else, folks, if you're someone listening to this today and you're struggling, you're not getting what you're looking for, you're really down in the dumps, that means that your career story with a lot of negative experiences is on, big time autopilot. And we need you to get off that treadmill. We absolutely do. And so, whether it's with us or someone else, please, these are the steps that you're going to need to take to change the mindset in order to change the outcomes. Okay? Awesome.